actually going to get the most out of a pedal-powered sight-and-top kayak? If you're a weekend paddler who wants a little extra push without the hassle of a motor, this might be the answer. If you're a purist who prefers pure rowing, or you're looking for a compact canoe-style craft to squeeze into a closet, you'll probably want to keep scrolling. And for the everyday buyer wondering if the price tag is justified, the question comes down to whether the added pedal system actually saves you time and effort on the water. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's start with the hesitation most folks feel when they first see a pedal kayak. Pedal drive systems sound great on paper. You can keep your hands free for fishing, photography, or just enjoying the scenery, but they also add weight, mechanical complexity, and a battery that needs charging. The first thing I did was compare the Old Town Ocean Malibu ePDL Plus against a traditional sight-and-top kayak of the same length. The Malibu is 12 feet long, which means a decent amount of hull volume for stability, but the pedal drivetrain and battery bring the dry weight up to roughly 70 pounds. That's a noticeable jump compared to a comparable non-pedal model that might sit around 50 pounds. In real-world terms, you'll need a stronger pair of hands or a dolly to get it from your garage to the launch point, but once it's in the water the extra weight translates into a smoother ride in choppy conditions. Who should buy this? If you're a fisherman who spends a full day on a lake or calm river and you want to keep your rods, tackle boxes, and a cooler within easy reach, the pedal system shines. The ability to power forward at a steady 2.53 miles per hour without constantly pulling a paddle lets you drift into promising spots and stay there without tiring out. The pre-installed equipment mounts are positioned so you can attach a rod holder or a small GPS unit without improvising with tape or zip ties. For families with a kid who loves to sit on top and watch the scenery, the all-day comfort layout, a wide, molded seat with a backrest and foot braces, means you can sit for hours without developing a sore lower back. On the flip side, if you're primarily interested in speed or plan to tackle fast-moving rivers, this isn't the right tool. Pedal kayaks generally top out around 4 miles per hour, which is fine for leisurely paddling but will feel sluggish when you're trying to outrun a wind or keep up with a motor-powered boat. Also, the battery life, while advertised as long-lasting, actually caps out at about 4 hours of continuous pedaling at a moderate pace. That means a full-day trip will still require at least one recharge or a spare battery if you want to keep the pedal drive active the whole time. If you're the type who likes to pack a long lunch, a few hours of paddling, and then a sunset cruise, you'll need to plan for that downtime. Now let's talk about practical strengths. The most obvious is the pedal assist itself. I spent a Saturday on a medium-sized lake, starting from the dock and using the pedal drive to cruise around the perimeter. With my hands free, I was able to set up a camera on a tripod and capture a time-lapse of the sunrise without ever having to stop and paddle. The battery kept a steady RPM, so I didn't have to worry about losing momentum when I changed direction. The pre-installed equipment mounts are not just holes in the deck. They're reinforced steel brackets that take the strain of a 3-piece fishing kit and a small cooler without flexing. That's a real convenience if you're hauling gear. You won't find yourself constantly rebalancing the kayak as you move. Storage is another area where the Ocean Malibu delivers. There's a large front hatch with a waterproof seal, plus 2 side compartments that can be accessed even while you're pedaling. I was able to stash a dry bag, a small tackle box, and a portable cooler, and still have room left for a personal flotation device and a dry suit. The layout feels intentional rather than an afterthought, which is something you rarely see in entry-level sight-and-top models. Weaknesses matter just as much as strengths. The biggest drawback, after the weight, is the added maintenance. The pedal drivetrain has a chain and a small gearbox that need periodic lubrication. For most casual users, that's a small price to pay, but it does mean you'll have to swing by a local marine shop or learn a bit about bike chain care. The battery, while sealed, is not hot swap compatible. You can't just pull it out and swap it for a fresh pack without taking the kayak out of the water. That limits you to either a longer charge time at home or investing in a second battery, which adds cost. Another subtle issue is the cruise control function. It's designed to maintain a set RPM, which is handy on flat water, but on a slight current it can cause the kayak